From Los Angeles to a worldwide audience, this is Boaz Power TV, where we take your life to the next level. Now, internationally known speaker and author, here's Boaz.
Hi, welcome to the Power Show. You are part of the Power Nation. Here we help you to improve your attitude, your relationships, your finances, and your career. And one thing that helps you with your attitude is when people ask you, how's business, how's life, how's everything, use one word with enthusiasm: unbelievable. Nobody will know what you're up to, but they'll think you're doing great and spread good rumors about you. Unbelievable with enthusiasm does it. It's amazing. This is episode number 96 on Boaz Power TV, and I call this one Believing in Something That Can't Be Seen. Oh, what a great story. What was it about that period in history? How did so many incredible events take place in a relatively short time period? The years between 1876 and 1903 were amazing from the perspective of inventions and dramatically altered the future of mankind. I present as evidence the following timeline of inventions: 1876, the telephone; 1879, the light bulb; 1896, the automobile and radio; 1903, the automobile. Now, this column focuses on one of those inventions, radio, and demonstrates how incredibly creative we all can be when we believe in something that can't be seen. The story begins in an attic in Bologna, Italy, as a 21-year-old named Guglielmo Marconi creates a wireless transmitter and receiver. People thought what he did was magic. He was able to send signals through the air, even through barriers. To discover his ability to tap into his creativity, we go back to Marconi's childhood. Born in 1874 in Bologna, he inherited from his mother tenaciousness and perseverance. From his father, he got a strong will and business skill. He was taught the English language and religious culture. Now, although he attended school, Marconi was basically self-taught. By the age of 18, he had developed a great interest in physics and electricity. He studied the works of famous people who experimented with electromagnetic waves, including research by Scottish Clerk Maxwell and the German Heinrich Hertz. It was during the summer of 1894, when Marconi was 20 years old, that he decided to use the waves discovered by Heinrich Hertz, the Hertz, you know, not the rental car company, but the electric code, Hertz, to attempt communication. Now, in the fall of that year, in a villa laboratory in a granary near Bologna, Marconi worked night and day on his idea. He surrounded himself with rolls of copper wire, brass spheres, coils, Morse keys, and electric bells. In essence, he had the makings of the first elementary radio sets. One day, he enlisted a local farmer named Mignani to situate himself about 1,000 feet away on a hill at the end of the garden with a receiver. Marconi placed his transmitter on the windowsill of the granary. He then clicked the 3 dots of the Morse code letter S. The signal traveled through space, reached its destination, and Mignani waved his handkerchief to indicate the successful reception. And then Marconi wanted to see if he could send a signal between 2 invisible points. So he had Magnini take the receiver to the other side of the hill. He also took with him a gun, and with which he could signal a successful reception. Marconi, from the granary window, then pushed the key 3 times to again designate the Morse code letter S. His answer came quickly from the other side of the hill in the form of a gunshot. Boom! Amazing, the obstacle of the hill had been overcome by the electromagnetic waves. Marconi realized in that April of 1895 that radio communications were now possible. Now, at that time, he dedicated his life to seeing how far wireless could travel and then to running the huge business it created. It was in 1896 that Marconi received his first patent. When he presented it to the Italian government, the offer wasn't even considered. It was his mother that understood the importance of her son's invention. She took her son to London and used her connections to introduce Marconi to William Preece, the chief electrical engineer of the British Post and Telephone Company, the most powerful communication system in the world at the time. Preece became an enthusiastic supporter. Soon Queen Victoria was using wireless text messaging to arrange a cricket match. The British newspapers and magazines speculated about the potential for this amazing invention. They felt it could help distant families communicate with each other by wireless, and that nations could be brought together by the Morse key. In the next couple of years, Marconi continued to exhibit the power of the wireless by sending signals to increasingly further distances. In 1898, he achieved a wireless connection between England and France, a distance of 32 miles. In that same year, he traveled to the United States and exhibited the wireless by sending signals between two Navy ships. And in 1901, after building radio transmitting stations in England and in Canada, Marconi sent electromagnetic waves across an ocean for the first time. Although these achievements were amazing for the time, no one predicted that Marconi's invention would lead to transmission of voice and the birth of broadcast. Even though he himself didn't fully understand how his invention worked, Marconi was awarded the 1909 Nobel Prize in Physics. Now, there is a wonderful line in a song that states, "Faith is believing something that cannot be seen." Faith is believing in something that cannot be seen. Guglielmo Marconi, by sending a signal to a farmer he could not see behind the hill, was exhibiting faith in his own creativity. So I ask you, how much faith do you have in your creativity? What kind of a strong positive signal could you send to the world by believing in some important things that cannot be seen? I ask you, what are we breathing? Air. Do we see it? No, but we believe it's there. So I believe that you're incredibly creative, and I believe you have some amazing things in your mind that you ought to be sharing with the world. It's such a pleasure to have you with me. If you like these messages and many people around the world find them to be of great value, please do me a favor. Forward this to 5 people you know and suggest they go to my website, boazpower.com, so they can also subscribe to these free weekly broadcasts on Boaz Power TV. Thank you for joining me. You are special. You are unique. You are destined for greatness. I see it in you. You are a champion. Have a powerful day.
This has been Boaz Power TV. To comment, see other episodes, or to subscribe to this free broadcast, go to our blog at boazpower.com. That's boazpower.com. We're here to take your life to the next level.